welcome to another episode of The Bill Pod. There you go. What's going on?
Are we going to be old men doing that?
Yeah, we are.
Cheers.
Cheers. I got a little, what are we doing? I don't want to touch your food. Doing a little taste of the valley here, Bert, you know? How was that? The meatball sub.
Perfect. I'll tell you what, quality of bread is so important.
It is, isn't it? In a relationship.
You know? A bread in a relationship is laughter. Like, if you can laugh with your partner, that's the bread. A bread is the delivery system.
I love when people get philosophical about just
Good
like
bread.
I'll let you go.
Good bread can make or break a sandwich. Have you ever had one of those breads on those ciabattas? Is it ciabattas?
Oh, that thing.
Ciabattas, where it's hard as fuck. You bite in and everything squirts out the back.
Terrible.
Yeah. I had the best sandwich I ever had in my entire life. It was in Vietnam. They made it a street vendor. She had like a hot dog cart, and she would make it on a sterno and in a bowl. She would do a fried egg, but the bread, everything inside the sandwich was mediocre. The bread was so crisp. It was so fluffy.
Did you tell her that?
I told her this is the best sandwich I've ever had in my entire life. Oh, I kept saying, this is the best thing I've ever put in my mouth. Like, this is the greatest thing I've ever had. And I would go out, we'd go to bars at night after we wrapped.
Were you scaring her because you were so much bigger than her?
I was following her around, and I was like, hey, where are you going to be later? And she was like, didn't know English, and I'd have to get my TT, my translator, to be like, he needs to know where you're going to be. And I would clean her out. I'd say, start making sandwiches. I'll see you in an hour. And then I'd buy all the sandwiches. Like, they were like 50 cents a sandwich. I'd buy all the sandwiches and bring them back to the bar and just start handing out sandwiches.
Is that why they're so in shape over there? They just buy one little 50-cent sandwich, and then you come over as an American and spend like $12.50?
Oh, everything over there is so clean. It's like, but it's the fucking bread, man. This is great bread.
I just want to hear an American go somewhere and be like, you know what, that place fucking sucked compared to Albuquerque.
That happens a lot. That happens a lot. Travel with my daughters.
Oh, they say that?
They're like, why is the Burger King sandwich black?
Yeah, you can't go do American shit when you go over there.
Oh, yeah.
Have you gone to Scandinavia? Mm-hmm. That's like the TGI Fridays is like the spot when I was there. It was like it turns into like a nightclub at night. It was a completely different thing.
Richmond, Virginia.
or it was just because they were so good looking that it looked like a nightclub to me. It was probably just the TGI Fridays, but they were all blonde and blue-eyed. I was like, look at them.
We went to a strip club in Scandinavia, and I thought it would be all just tall, blonde hair, blue eyes. Same here. It's just Russian prostitutes.
Oh, that's disappointing.
It's like Eurotrash, like the exact same people that work at strip clubs here work at strip clubs there. It was really a letdown.
Did you start complaining?
Does
the same sex trafficker does he supply every strip club out here? Jesus Christ. How about switching it up every once in a while? Jesus Christ. If I see one more Russian woman enslaved in the sex industry, I'm going to lose.
Sex trafficking is the same anywhere you go.
Yeah. It's always a Russian woman. And I'll tell you right now, I don't have any more euros for that, right? Is that what you're saying?
They don't have any mom and pop strip clubs.
Oh, yeah. They just had a lot of daughters. They just rolled with it?
No.
Is that what you mean?
No, like a strip club with a thumbprint, you know, like where you go, like this sandwich. Where did you get this sandwich?
Right down on the corner, this Italian place.
Yeah.
And I was nervous when I walked in because there was nobody in there, and they were playing Frank Sinatra music, and I was like, they're trying too hard. I mean, they already got the red and white, you know. He doesn't something, and she does this. She's got a big twat that I'm gonna kiss. It's the 1940s. I'll leave her on the side of the road.
I can still hit her. She talks back.
Yeah, and I was just going, this is I wasn't even going to join in on the misogyny. Yeah, and I thought, I don't know about this, but I got 4 stars on the food. What do you got? Yelp.
I love Yelp.
Dude, I could tell your voice went down there.
I
love Yelp, let me tell you. That fucking Yelp. Oh, there you are, you fucking whore.
I used to take pride in my Yelp reviews. I would write reviews for sandwiches I had, like really lengthy ones, like 1,000 words.
Can I see those, please?
I swear to God.
And then you just wing it on stage? I don't work on my act, but let me tell you something. I get a sandwich in Vietnam, I'm giving you 1,000 fucking words.
If you find...
I got arrested for stalking in Vietnam. That's how good that 50-cent sandwich was.
It's got to be Bert Kreischer or Bert K. There's a picture of me. I'll tell you, one of them that I just remember pretty aggressively was a bacon, egg, it was a BLT in, I think, Traverse, Michigan. It was one of the best. I still think about
Find that. I want to read it.
I still think about that fucking BLT. She put an egg on it for me. She goes, it wasn't on the menu, the egg, but she came out and she goes, I looked at you, I figured you'd want an egg. And I went, oh, woman, you know me better than my wife.
That's pretty amazing. I looked at you and I knew you wanted an egg. I don't understand how people who live on the coast don't see how awesome the states are in between, the way they call them flyover.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I was in the middle of Mississippi. I got this sandwich called the Boxcar Willie. I was full for like 3 days.
The Boxcar Willie?
I swear to God. Well, first of all, I looked up. I was in Mississippi, so we were on our way down to New Orleans. We were going to the LSU Clemson game, the championship game. Not to brag, but I was there. And so I just looked up soul food or something. I figured, Mississippi, it's the South, right? They still don't interact with black people, so I figured it would be the pure soul food down there. And this thing was advertised as soul food, and it wasn't. It was all white people. It was more just like home cooking. You want some gravy on that? It was like that shit. And it was the middle of the day, and the lady was a sweetheart. She's like, what would y'all like to drink? I was like, I'd like a root beer. She go, wait, we don't have root beer. We got Dr. Pepper. And I love that because like Dr. Pepper and root beer are two completely different things. So I was trying to think like what is the overlap, and it's a weird soda order. That's what that is.
It's a brown zesty thing. Like I can make the connection between Dr. Pepper and root beer.
Can you write 1,000 words on it?
Probably.
It's a brown zesty thing.
Dr. Pepper.
Isn't that what you wanted to see in that strip club when you went in there in Scandinavia? What's with the blonde, blue-eyed? I'd like to see a brown zesty thing.
I wanted it to not be...
Jesus Christ, you fucking wolfed that down.
I can't help it, man. I was so hungry.
I look at you barefoot like you're fucking Jesus or something. Trucker Jesus over here.
I wanted an authentic strip club experience. Everyone's cool with like holding on to the mom and pop restaurants and markets and whatnot. When it comes to strip clubs, they were the first card that fell where they're like, just globalize them, just make them all the fucking same. Go to Target. How
many of you, like, where else have you been to
a lot of fucking strip clubs.
Fuck that. You went to Vietnam strip club and there was a bunch of Russian chicks in there?
No, I didn't go to a Vietnam strip club.
You're too busy eating.
I've been to a Russian strip club.
Too busy stalking that sandwich lady.
But strip clubs around the country are the same. Like, you don't go to a strip club in, like, Omaha, and it's just a bunch of corn-fed country girls, like, well, shucks, Like, you don't get that anymore.
Right. Well, shucks.
Oh, shucks. Oh, you gonna take your pecker out?
Looks like an ear of corn. Now, when you went to Russia, and you went to a titty bar there, were there a bunch of moms in the crowd crying?
No, that place was aggressive. That place and South Africa are the two places where I was like, when I went to the strip club in Russia, the girl said, when you walked in, do you want no touch or full touch? And I was like, who the fuck?
No touch.
I go, who the fuck gets no touch?
I do. Get the fuck away from me.
I didn't know.
You filthy fucking hands.
I didn't know that she was touching me. I thought she meant if I could touch her, like touch her tits.
Oh, I immediately took it as that.
I looked at the other way, and she went in and just started to grab my dick. I go, no touch, no touch.
Yeah, no touch.
You touching me. Oh, it's
Dude, I remember one time I went to a titty bar in Tijuana. One of the worst things I ever did as an American. Let me go down to this country that we're suppressing, and then I went in there, right?
In a titty club in Tijuana.
So this lady came. It was so fucking shady. This is such a gross story, but I already started it. So there was all these guys. I just thought it was a titty bar, right? Yeah. But there was like full on touching, and there was these guys who were sitting up in the front, and the girl put her tits, and the guys would like motorboat her and stuff, and she pulled back, and there was glistening of the last guy's like saliva on it. I'm just like, what the fuck? And then this lady came up, this senorita, came up to me, and she asked me if I wanted a lap dance. I just felt everyone was looking at me. I didn't want to cause any waves, so just like, yeah, see. So I go there. The fucking song started, right? And she just took my hand and started moving it towards her fucking cavernous vagina. And I just went like, no, I have a girlfriend. And she died laughing and was like, to her friend, I have a girlfriend. And they fucking laughed at me. I was just like, I want to get the fuck out of here. That was one of the worst things I was there for about 2 hours. We drove down to see it. I can't even remember if we drove. I think we parked. We walked across the border. We went there. You saw everybody looking at you like, fuck you, you fucking American piece of shit. And you just felt like it was like Bourbon Street times like a million. Whenever I'm on Bourbon Street at night, I always feel like if I'm cool on this street, if I make a left or a right off one of these side streets, you will never see me again.
That is Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
Dude, strip clubs were such a part of being a Floridian because Florida strip clubs were so intense. When we had...
Can you say Floridian again?
Floridian.
I'm supposed to do this because it's Valentine's. I love that, Bert.
We were full-blooded tampons. And so...
Oh, boy.
So there's a Catholic holiday that we would celebrate, and what it meant was you had a half day Friday. All you had to do was go to Mass. I went to all boys Catholic high school. So Thursday night, everyone went to the strip clubs. There was a strip club on Kennedy. I can't remember the name of it.
What, you could go to a strip club in high school?
Oh, yeah. Well, you go to...
What was the age limit?
It had to be 18, but if you went to Kinko's, you could get ID cards and just fill it out, and they'd put whatever age you wanted on there. So we all put 21, and then I was smart. I put 18 so that I could just get in. So I was also 18 in senior year. So we go to a strip club on Kennedy, and one of my buddies, the stripper's on stage, and one of my buddies, everyone's like giving her money, and she opens her legs, and she's like, come on. And he's like, what? He's like, come on. And he goes in, and he starts eating her.
No! Oh, my God.
And we're just like, but we're brand new to strip clubs.
That's like going into a bathroom and licking the faucet handle.
And
oh, my God.
She backs
Bert, I'm not
away.
done eating yet.
She backs away, and he starts going, she let me eat her pussy. She let me eat her pussy. So the song's changed, and he just goes, she lets everyone eat her pussy.
Oh, my God, dude.
We were crying, laughing. And this poor guy's like, everyone eats your pussy. We're like, yeah, what the fuck? You think she saw something special in you?
Dude, you can do that in Florida?
Oh, dude, this was 1989.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
This is a different fucking world.
Yeah, no cell phones. Dude, we were just constantly under surveillance. My wife was watching an episode of Sex in the City last night. Every other joke, I'm like, couldn't do that today. I'm like, this is Sex in the City. This is one of the lamest shows. Dude, was that whole writing staff like gay guys over the age of 60? Everything was just like, yes, honey. Every fucking joke. And then the one who delivers all the jokes like Groucho Marx. And then you got the chick, I jump on that cock. It's like every other fucking line she says.
That TV show fucked me up with women because I believed all women were whores after that, watching that.
I just know everybody's going to use that as a soundbite.
What?
It's me going, I jump on that cock.
I jump on that cock. That's a meme.
That's my catchphrase. That's the part of the internet I love.
Where they grab something?
The immaturity of it is my favorite fucking thing
Oh.
ever. I don't like people being straight up mean, but if you're going to be silly and immature, I'm on board. It's a good fucking meatball sub.
It's a great meatball
That
sub.
was worth at least 1,100 words, wouldn't you say?
I thought you were going to say calories. Did you find my Yelp review?
No, it's just reviews for your act.
Here. Oh, whoa. Do not read those.
I want to read those.
No. I do not. No, I don't want to hear any reviews on my act. Dude, can I tell you what I was thinking about on the treadmill today? Stand-up comedy's got so
ending?
big, they're doing what they did today to sports. When you look at sports...
Say that again. I wasn't listening.
Stand-up...
I'm a comedian.
Stand-up comedy has gotten so big that now it has become what they do to sports. You've got guys like Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith who aren't technically athletes commenting on sports, and now you've got people commenting on stand-up comedy.
They are
like,
not athletes.
Right, they're not.
They could be athletic. They're broadcasters.
They're broadcasters.
Don't get it confused.
But now they've got people commenting on Ricky Gervais. Like the big one was someone commenting on Michael Che, and he's a comedy critic
on a sports show.
I don't know. I barely read it. I think he's commenting on SNL, but they're commenting on comedy the way that I know that you're not supposed to love critics, but I thought it was cool that comedy's so big that people have a job where they just comment. Their job is to write articles about comedy. That's a whole thing that is
Let's
a job.
become a thing.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
You know that people wrote articles on your special, Paper Tiger. You know Paper Lion. You know that people got paid to do what? It was the first one. It was Paper Tiger?
I like Paper Lion better.
Paper Lion was the name of the book, right?
I don't know, but I love Paper Lion.
Isn't that crazy?
Wait a minute. Hey, we got a Paper Lion. I think that's gonna be the part 2.
Yeah.
Dude, you are my favorite comedian. I love Paper Lion. Thank you.
Let's see if I can log into my. I wonder if it's probably set it up with my Facebook. But isn't that crazy that like today I'm watching SportsCenter, or whatever Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman's show is, and I'm like, I wonder if Stephen A. Smith ever played sports. Mm-hmm. Like he can't box. Did you see his boxing video?
Who?
Stephen A. Smith?
I thought Max Kellerman was the boxing guy.
No, he's part of the team. You didn't see Stephen A. Smith's boxing video?
Where would I see that?
It went viral.
Why did he do that?
Because he's not an athlete, and it just looks ridiculous. Like he's just.
Did he do it to be funny?
No, dude. What fucking people? Other than like you see Kevin Hart does boxing videos, and you're like, what do you like? That's such a weird skill to show off. Like I could fuck you up. Like I could fuck you up. Like, you know what I mean?
He says that?
No, but that's like that's what that is portraying. When you're a comedian or a commentator, and you're like, hey guys, I want everyone to see me box. Like it's such a weird.
I don't think people should see you do your hobby unless you're being silly about it.
Yeah, they take it like, I gotta show you.
Okay,
Stephen A.
I'm seeing
Smith.
it now.
Like he's like clearly he's like it looks like Urkel's trying to box. He looks horrible.
He's not that bad.
Yeah, what's this punch? The
second one? I wouldn't want to take.
The first one where he's punching into the ground.
It should be the other way. After he gives you that hook and then you're on the ground, then he hits you when you're on one knee because there's no ref.
But like, it's such a weird thing to say because you like what
He
you're
should have just
forgetting
been
is
on an exercise bike and said, "Hey guys, I'm trying to look better in a suit."
yeah. What it's so weird because he said, "Hey man, will you film me boxing so I can put it online so it like I can show everyone." Like it's such a weird.
There's no way he looked at that. I think somebody took that and then posted it because they had a celebrity that was working out. They didn't understand what was going to happen, and then they embarrassed
Did he
the man.
post it? He posted it himself, I think. No one stole the footage. It's not found footage. Isn't it a weird thing though?
No, what is weird is how, what was amazing about Stephen A. Smith is how upset he can get about sports day after day after day. It's one of the best things you'll ever do is hit the mute button and watch Stephen A. Smith. It's one of the greatest things ever. The emotional range.
It wasn't him.
It wasn't him.
Oh well, sorry.
Told you. Told you.
Stephen A.
Look at that. See, you're giving Stephen A. Smith a rough time. So you guys are probably wondering, hey, well, this is the first time we've done a podcast, but we haven't just been smoking cigars.
I might like one.
From the jump. You're gonna. I had to like. I'm taking a little cigar sabbatical.
How many sabbaticals are you on right now?
Oh, dude, it's the worst. I'm off internet porn. I had one relapse. I watched one porno this month, to the point I can remember it.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
It was pedestrian. It was just like a one person, a POV one. It was just kind of cool because the guy isn't even in it. It's just the chick. Although his dick's in it, but then you're thinking, well, maybe that's my dick, right? It was one of those.
Where's the Oculus glasses then?
I was on the road, so.
No, but
I have
Oculus
those
is-
at home though. I have them hanging like right in the kitchen. I don't I'm kidding. No, I don't do that.
So you like the POV porn?
Not really. It was just they. I liked her. She looked good.
Wait, would your wife get upset if she saw you looking at like Asian chick porn?
No,
What if it was white chick porn?
no.
So you can like float all the boundaries.
She understands that porno is not a real person.
No, I think my wife, if it was like Asian chicks, my wife would be like, "What's up with that?" Like she'd want me to be looking
So
at
she's-
porn that looks like
She's
her.
a white supremacist porn person.
Yeah.
They really did own slaves. The callback! Bam! That's how it works, people. That'll buy you another 20 minutes with the crowd.
I kind of need to get into a type of chick. Like I need to look for a type of chick. Like I can't just pop on and just be like, I gotta like kind of do a little research in my head and go, I'm looking for something. Does that make sense?
No, I get that.
And then when I find something.
What that is you're an experienced watcher of porn. At first, it was any woman.
Yeah.
Anything that came on, you were like, oh my God,
Oh.
they're banging. This is amazing.
First thing of pornography you ever saw.
I was over at Buddy's house, and he had one on VHS, and I swear to God, it was one of those hairy, puby 80s ones.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, the guy was working in a restaurant, and this woman asked for a chicken sandwich with mayonnaise, and she had pissed him off and was rude. And he literally had his dick in like a whole chicken. So it was kind of bestiality, but the chicken was dead, so I don't know where that is. And then he just on a fucking thing, and then she ate it. It was when they used to try to make pornos funny, and rather than just being like, why don't we just do what we do? I swear to God, that was that. So I remember I was like, so I kind of went from zero, having never seen a porn,
Guy fucking a
to
chicken.
seeing a cooked chicken, though. It wasn't as bad. It would be worse if it was a live chicken. But it was like a comedy bit. It's funny, I don't remember. I know that, there was like banging in it because it was a porno, but that was something that I was just like, I was like, what the fuck? And we were all sitting there like, I don't know. I don't know if anybody else had ever seen a porno. I didn't know what the fuck it was. And then I also remember there was this thing in the 80s where guys thought it was cool if they had a party and then you just had porno on in the background. It was so fucking, I just remember all the chicks would be like, and the guy, all this shit was going on. I was even like uncomfortable. Because it'd be like that chick that you actually liked would be there, and you're talking to her and like over his shoulder. And it was just like, all it was missing was like the giant, like the bowl with the cocaine and the spoon in there. Like, I think that look, we were young. We didn't know what we were doing.
Did you ever go into I only say when you lived in New York because that was the first time I ever did it. But did you ever go into a porn shop and buy a porno for your personal use? Like a VHS?
Yeah. But it took me forever to be able to get the nerve to do it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, and I'm not even going to tell you, too, but there was a fucking comedian who told me, because we were doing like this sort of improv thing at the end of the comedy show.
Yeah.
And they brought up porn, and they were talking about buying a porn. I was just like, I've never, like, rented. Oh, I rented. Rented. I didn't buy.
I just
did I
bought
buy?
it. I just bought it.
We're going back like 25 years. We're talking VCRs.
I can tell you the porn store I bought it at.
I think you're dying to tell me, so let's hear it.
You know the West 4th exit when you go to the Boston Comedy Club in the cellar from uptown, and you'd walk out. There's a pizza place right to your right. When you'd walk up the stairs,
and there's a movie theater.
And there's a pizza place right to your right, and there was a porn shop.
Are you on the west side of 6th Avenue?
I'm on the
not the
west
basketball
side. The
court.
west side. West side of 6th Avenue.
6th Avenue, right.
There was a pizza place and a porn shop right there. That was the porn shop I went to. I went to that fucking porn shop, and I walked in, and I had to be like, hey, oh, I'm cool. And I was fucking panicking. It was almost like I was buying gay porn. Like, I just was like, and I didn't even look at a title. I just was like, I'll just take this one, and just walked out, raced back home.
This guy said to me, I was just like, I've never rented a porn. I never had the nerve to do it. And the comedian who was there was just like, why? He kind of talks like that.
Who is it? Do I know him?
You might be able to figure it out. It's a really bad impression. And I was like, I don't know. I was getting like embarrassed and whatever. He's like, there's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Wait, is this Mike Machete?
No, he was like, you could literally walk in, rent the porno, and return it a half hour later, and they wouldn't say anything. That's what I got. That's it. DeRosa knows who I'm doing. So I said, oh, fuck it. So I just walked in. I made a quick decision.
Yeah.
Grabbed it, put it on the counter, gave the money, okay, and then I left. I did not come back a half hour later. Came back couple days later, but yeah.
I
So-
put that porn in my house, and the first scene, I didn't even look at the porn. I just bought it, walked home. I lived right across the street from the cellar.
I was always jealous that you lived there. I was just like,
Oh, such a great place.
me and Bobby say Bert lives right there.
Oh,
He's got an 8:35. He can walk out of his house at 8:32 and be on time.
It was, well, yeah, but I had to be at the fucking Boston Comedy Club at 7. to
Oh,
put
did you
seats
have to
up.
walk around the corner?
No, but I had to put seats up, and I had to hang out all day and to do it in my spot at midnight.
He's trying to
But-
say he paid his dues.
Yep. Put the
You
porn
didn't
in.
make it on your looks?
Hit play. First scene, girl and girl like this on the couch, and they're kind of like, messing around. And then the one girl puts her foot in the other girl's pussy. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you went down the wrong aisle.
I was like,
You went down the
what
wrong
the
aisle.
fuck am I watching? Oh,
Yeah, so I've been laying off that. I don't smoke cigars. I don't fucking drink.
what are you doing?
What am I
Are
doing?
you working out? I mean, you might as well be getting in great shape. Go full Aziz. Or not Aziz. God damn it, that was racist. Kamal.
Oh,
Fuck, that was
Thinking, like,
horrible.
why was
that
that
was
way?
fucking horrible.
yeah, no, I don't know. I just have like this, my kid's so young and I'm sitting there, I'm already way fucking older than I should have been, and then I'm gonna be fucking slowly killing myself every day. I just had to like, it just went the road of my drinking, where it's just like, I got this weird thing where it's just like, I just get into shit and I just do it, but then I can walk away from it. So I don't have like
Yeah.
that, I'm not like an alcoholic, but like my consumption is on that level. So cigars, remember when you asked me last time, you were like, how many do you do? And I was like, fucking like, I don't know, like 30 a month. I mean, it
That's
wasn't like
crazy.
that, but
yeah,
I was,
but I barely. I'll smoke a cigar like today. I had a really rough morning of just. Had to run and go to hot spin, and I was like, you know what? I'll do a cigar this afternoon. But I can't do 2 in a day. I can't do one every day.
I would do them back to back. Well, because what really made my cigar smoking go up was the fact I wasn't drinking.
Oh yeah.
So if you're just sitting there drinking and having a good time or whatever, and then I could just leisurely have a cigar. But like, I smoke a cigar and it's done in like 30, 40 minutes and my buddies are still drinking, then it became, well, I guess I'll have another cigar. And then like, I just noticed that some hardcore cigar smokers were tapping out on the shit that I was smoking. And I'm like, I'll fucking have another one.
Really?
And I was just like, yeah, so.
Wait, did you know what I started doing? I started buying not expensive wine, but wine that's over $20, and I would drink less of it.
That's the higher end stuff.
Yeah, like I bought a $50 bottle of wine, which for me is expensive. And
Get
I
a
was like,
Barolo.
what is it?
Get a Barolo.
I'll put it down. I'll drink it tonight. But I found that if I have an expensive wine, I really enjoy it, and I drink it a lot.
Savor it. Yeah,
I really
as
enjoy it.
opposed to
and I
just sitting there getting hammered.
Yeah, it's like you get an $8 bottle of wine, and you're just like, man, fucking ga 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 ga,
I wish I could go back to being fucking young again and just being like enjoying the damage I can do to my body with no ramifications. Like I just don't think I appreciated it. You don't appreciate it until that first like major repair you have to have.
Barolo.
Yeah.
All right. Fucking spell check just wrote Brooklyn.
I haven't drank it in a while, but there's like two different kinds. One is I'm not a big wine guy, but like one is more of, I don't know, a fruitier one, and one's more of like the acidic one. I like the fruity one's a little more flavorful. This is where I pick up the slack on the podcast. Oh, God. Temptation. Oh, and he brought another one, and it's just sitting
I
right
worked
there.
out twice today already.
Did you? That's great.
Yeah, ran, woke up, took Georgia to school, or to the bus stop, played the new Eminem album for her, which it didn't translate. It's weird, I guess, hearing your dad when Eminem's like, I'll eat her pussy, and you're in the back of the car like, oh, Dad.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, so it's whatever it is. But I tried to like connect with her and her friends.
I think you tried a little too hard.
I tried a little too hard.
Do you know
I
how
was
you
like,
connect with your kids' friends is you just be your age, be a dad.
Yeah, just hang out.
And then they're like, yeah, this is, they should be like censoring themselves around you.
And then
Yeah, you shouldn't be saying pussy around.
I wasn't saying but that was the Eminem song lyric or something. It was like, I don't know. And then I came back, got on the treadmill, ran 3 miles.
Just made me feel really sad for you.
Oh, dude, this one.
You wanted that approval?
No, I just was like, part of me was like, have you guys heard the new Eminem album? And they were like, no. And I
Oh,
was like,
God.
"It's really
Oh,
good."
man, it's just making me so uncomfortable.
I go, it's really good. And I put on a song. And it
Dude,
was,
you realize to them that's like saying, hey, did you hear the new Andy Williams? Eminem, I mean, I think he's doing his best work, but the guys like in his they're into those fucking, you know,
He's the best.
those other people.
He's the best. I wanted to share it with them. And
He's
boy,
the Sinatra.
I could see
of
them
rap.
in the rearview mirror looking at each other like, oh. And I was like, oh, God. And then the bus showed
Yeah,
up.
they're just sitting there like, oh my God, I can understand what he's saying. This is like such old rap. I was at a red light waiting here to get here, and this guy like pulled up in this really nice F-150, the XLT Lariat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's got like that auto-tune shit playing, you know. I mean, yeah, and they're just singing about, what the fuck they're saying. And I had to sit through the whole red light listening to this. It was one of those long ones where there's a 5-thing intersection, so you're just sitting there waiting to take a left. So I finally look over, and he's looking at his phone, and I did my favorite thing at a red light. When somebody looks at their phone, what you do is you just go, you pull up, and then they think it turns green, and then you make them go. Yeah, I made them go.
A long time ago, there was this, and I never thought anyone would ever believe this story because of now it's very. If this was to happen today, you'd totally believe it. This is before cell phones were the way they are, where everyone's on their cell phone, right? I'm driving on the 10, driving out to Ontario, and a woman is driving, reading a book. She's reading a book on her thing, driving, and. And I was like, the fucking...
That's almost like the amount of people staring at their iPhone. It's just like, oh, finally.
Yeah.
It's good to know that hasn't ended.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so she is there, and I end up in front of her, and I still see her reading her book. And we're driving fine, like there's no one in front, and I just tap on my brake lights, and all she sees is brake lights, and she locks them up, just, right? She pulls up to yell at me, Bill. She pulls up to yell at me. I reach over and grab a book. I had a book, the fountainhead next to me, and grabbed a book, and I pretended I was reading a book. And I was like, oh, hi. No one would ever believe that because they'd never believe you had a book. But now the joke is so easy because you just have cell phones. But, yeah, I remember that so vividly. I was driving to Ontario, just reading a fucking book.
Dude, you know, that just reminded me of one time I was driving and I don't know what the fuck, I can't even remember what the fuck happened. This woman, like, I don't know if she was behind me and she swerved around me and then she got in front of me. And she beeped at me, so I beeped back at her. She beeped at me, and then I beeped back at her. And then, like, we pulled up to the red light. She beeped at me, and I beeped back at her. And then she had, like, those old 1950s, like, she was young, but she had, like, those fucking horn-rimmed glasses. And then she just went, staring. For like 30 seconds, and I just waited. And the second I stopped, I went beep like that. Me and my buddy started dying laughing. Dude, she fucking put it in reverse and just went bam, 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 and hit the front of my car, and then reached into the glove box. We were like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck! Like we were just like pinned, and she got out. With a pen, thank God, and a pad.
Pen and a pad? Well, it's mightier than the sword.
It is mightier than the sword. Wrote down my license plate number, and then just took off. And I was like, what the fuck? So I pulled in to the gas station there, or something, whatever, some parking lot. So we get out to see if there's any damage. And this guy pulled up, or a woman pulled up. Said, hey, was that a friend of yours messing around? I was like, no, I have no idea who that was. And she goes, well, here's my business card, just in case there's any sort of a problem. So I said, yeah, fine. So I was on the road. And I came back from the road, and it was like, you know, I had an answer machine. And I had like the usual, you know, hey, Bill, it's your mom, give me a call. Hey, Bill, blah, 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 you know. And then I say like, yeah, this is Officer so-and-so calling from the El Segundo Police Department talking about a possible assault with a deadly weapon. Because a car is a deadly weapon or something. Like hit and run assault with a deadly weapon. I was like, what the fuck? So I called up. And I can't remember. I left a message. I had the witness, and somebody who I called up on that end. I left a message, and I was fucking pissed. Yeah. I was like, I didn't do anything. This fucking broad pulls up, and I just talked how I would tell the story to you.
Yeah.
And the guy ended up calling back, laughing on my machine. He's like, Mr. Burr, you're a very colorful speaker. And he was like, we called your witness. Everything checked out. If it's okay with you, we're just going to leave it alone. I was just like, yeah, leave it alone. What a fucking lunatic. That was one of my favorite fuck you moments when she was like, I just knew. The second, I was like, this is the greatest setup ever. Second she stops, it was a Honda Accord. So I just had like the little thumb ones. Beep, beep. And we both went cackling, laughing like we won.
I was pulling out of Crunch when I was younger, and a guy was there was a parking garage, and a guy was in a van, and the guy.
Nobody's thinking you just pulled out of Crunch now.
Yeah, no, not
This is making me look. I pulled out of Crunch when I was younger.
It was right when I moved to LA, and he pulled up.
I was doing pull-ups a long time ago.
And he was blocking the way, and he was blocking the way, but I was kind of out a little already, so he couldn't go and I couldn't go. Neither of us could go.
Uh-huh.
So either I had to back up or he had to back up, but neither of us were giving way. And he was in a white van, and he was like probably a house painter or something, and he had a guy sitting next to him. And the guy's like, back the fuck up. And I was like, nah, you back up. Like just being like, you back up. And he's like, no, back the fuck up. And I was like, no, I don't want to. You back up. And he's like, back the fuck up. And all I did was I go, can I get my check, please? And the guy fucking lit up. And he spit out his window, but he forgot there's a guy here, and he must have spit all over this guy. And the guy's like, what the fuck? And me started fighting, and I just backed up slowly.
Wait, can I get my check, please? What does that mean?
I'm done with this argument. Can I get my check, please? It was like.
Oh, you were being catty.
It was like a communication that we both knew, because we couldn't hear each other. It was like, back the fuck up. But all you see is that, and I was like, no. You back up. And he was like, no, you back the fuck up.
You said, can I get my check? He should have hit you.
Check, please? And he went, like he knew what I said.
That made me want him to hit you.
Oh, I almost got in a fight with a guy that had adult braces. And I saw that he had adult braces, and I was like, I am not fucking fighting this guy. This is a guy.
A couple of jabs, the fight's over.
No, dude. Any man who has adult braces means his childhood was fucked up. He's trying to get himself back on track. I read into that shit.
But he gives a fuck.
He does give a fuck, but he didn't always. He had parents that did not give a fuck.
He had parents who didn't give a fuck, but he gave a fuck.
He gave a fuck, and he's
probably going to be a great dad.
Not
I'm going to give myself and my kid everything I never had.
Adult braces. Oh.
That's a great name for a fucking show.
Adult braces.
Adult braces. Adult braces on Adult Swim.
Adult braces, and it's just all adults with braces?
No, it's one guy with braces, and then it's somebody else with the Forrest Gump fucking polio legs. So it works on two different levels.
Yeah, I like that. And then it's just them solving mysteries?
No, they're both gay, so we get it on the air.
Yeah.
So one time he goes to blow him, and his adult braces get caught in his leg braces. It's a two. You end the first episode on a cliffhanger.
Oh, I think I'm stuck.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, God damn it, I can't walk to help you. You're stuck to my legs. I don't know why the other guy's talking like that. I like it.
Empathy.
Out of empathy. Yeah. Adult braces.
It's a love story. Adult braces.
If someone could just come up with
and then they would just say, if you don't embrace adult braces, there's something
racist.
wrong. You're racist.
And
I think that's a hit.
I think it is.
You know what's fucked up? There's so many fucking channels someone would do that show.
Oh, yeah.
All you have to do is animate it, and then no one could get offended. This is an animated kid with polio. That's a rule. You can do whatever you want in animation.
Really?
Yeah, because it's not going to influence anybody.
What do you mean? Because it's just it's imaginary?
Yeah, it's not. It's. What's it going to do? Is it going to influence animated kids to go out and do something bad?
Well, I guess that's right. But what about? Yeah, I guess South Park.
No, the only people I ever saw got in trouble was Beavis and Butthead.
Because of lighting things on fire?
Well, a kid put his brother on a spit or something like that, and he got burned up.
That's not true.
Something like that. Look it up.
No.
It had something to do with fire.
For real?
Yeah, I know you think I'm full of shit.
I can't believe that a kid put his brother on a spit.
His kid recreated something. Beavis, fire,
Yeah,
fire, and then he had to stop saying fire, fire, fire.
For real?
Yeah.
If you think about it, probably rank the top 4 animated shows. F is for Family is number 1, obviously.
No. 5-year-old boy started a fire. Killed his younger sister?
Wow.
Oh, I didn't know there was a death. I wouldn't have brought that up.
Jesus.
Okay, so the top 5 anime shows.
So in the running is South Park, Simpsons, Family Guy, and then
South Park, Simpsons, Family Guy, Johnny Quest.
no. I guess you could use
Scooby-Doo
Ren and
before-
Stimpy or
Ren and Stimpy was great.
Ren and Stimpy was fucking
Stimpy, you
awesome.
idiot.
Stimpy, you
You
idiot.
don't deserve to live. My wife loved that show.
Oh,
That one, do you remember that one? There was that fucking dude at the door and there was that crazy guy. He just goes, call. Call for help. No, there's got to be another one. What's your favorite of all time?
it's well, I don't know. It's between Family Guys and Simpsons.
I go South Park.
No, I've never been a huge
South
fan.
Park, yeah, I think is the greatest social commentary of the last 25 years.
South
And
Park's
they've only
amazing.
been on for 23 years.
I could never get into it. I just never could get into it. I could get into
Hit too close to home?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
You knew too
probably.
many people like that in Florida?
That was my childhood. Lighting kids on fire and
Do you remember when that first came, when there was just that tape?
no, the Santa Claus fights
Yeah.
Jesus. I didn't see it. You saw
Do
that?
you remember the Jerky Boys tape?
Fuck.
Okay, so you had that
Yes.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
That was going viral. It took like 9 years for it to, wherever it started, everyone in the tri-state area had the Jerky Boys, and it took like, I don't know, it took like 5. I mean, that was because it was called the prank phone call tape.
It's amazing how much that tape and Andrew Dice Clay influenced generations of comedy. Like
That's
just
why,
those.
that's why my comedy's at the, as filthy as it is.
You think?
Those guys made it okay, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but as soon I remember hearing that for the first time and being like, what? I remember Sam Kinison saying you could lick the alphabet, and I remember going, we were going ice skating.
Oh, God, everybody tried that.
Oh, first time I ever went down on a chick, I was like, lick the alphabet. I thought it was less a joke and more a tutorial of, for real, that's what you do. I remember being down there.
I did
too.
I wish he was still alive so we could tell him that.
He would be. I guess he wouldn't be very old. He'd be Dice's age.
Yeah, no, he wasn't that old. He was only like 37 or 38. He accomplished all of that. 37, 38. I mean, he made it in like 85, 86 off that Dangerfield thing,
Yeah.
and he was gone by 92, 91, 92, 90?
It's crazy it wasn't
92.
drugs. It was just a car accident. That he was clean.
I know. That happens to a lot. Oh, fuck, I'm cleaned up. That happens to a lot of people. They get cleaned up and then just fucking... I always feel like, if you believe in a higher power, you're from Florida, you believe in God, right?
No, of course.
You believe in
I
God.
have chains. I have medals
Guns.
and everything. Guns. Buy more.
It's funny, the more you're into God, the more you're into guns. Why is that?
I don't know.
I know why it is.
Why?
Because when Jesus comes back, okay, if he ain't taking you with him, if he's going to send you to hell, there's going to be a fight. Jesus comes walking up smiling like, hey, man, you're going to the good side of the fence. You're going to put your shit down.
Yeah.
But it's just like, if he's coming up and he doesn't have a good look on his face, you can be like, it's about far enough, motherfucker.
He looks around. He's like, Georgia, Isla, Leanne. What's up, buddy? And you're like, wait, you're taking them? And he was like, yeah.
you got to take God's kid hostage there.
All right.
Force your way in. And just the whole time, no, like, how far can I take this? I'm going up against God.
You have a gun?
No.
For real?
Yeah.
Or are you doing the thing you're supposed to say? Like,
Yeah, you're supposed to say you don't have one.
yeah, me either then.
Huh? Did he just look at you? You have a gun, you have a smoker.
I have two smokers.
You got a smoker, you got some barefoot kids. You can just fucking see it.
I got a sauna. I got a ice tub.
You got a pheasant stuffed over your fucking headboard.
You really don't have a gun?
No. I don't like that I don't have a gun. Why are you... These are bad questions to be asking.
Why?
Well,
Half of the country loves guns.
No, I'm just saying I'm letting people know that I don't have one.
No, I'm unarmed. I can't protect
No,
myself.
I mean, I have, I got the proverbial fucking softball bat under my bed. So I can do a couple of my favorite, Captain Carl Yastrzemski's before they can fucking shoot me. I get to read out loud first. All right, everybody. Cryo-freeze. Pronounced cryo-freeze. Living with chronic pain is the worst. Wouldn't you say, Bert?
100%.
I
I have
hate it.
scapula pain
Scapula?
and neck pain.
Where's your scapula?
It's right. It's like your shoulder blade.
That's what you should have called it. Scapula. That's the snobby word for it. Or the working man calls it this.
Yeah, but if you go into a
blade.
masseuse, you got to tell them I have problems with my scapula, and they go up under your underarm to get it.
Oh, I've had that.
Hoo-hoo.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable. Thank God there's cryo-freeze. It's more than a feeling of discomfort. It can affect your whole life. Many of my listeners probably have some type of pain that has prevented them from relaxing and sleeping or stopped them from exercising. Perhaps it's been ongoing for a few weeks now and hasn't improved with any treatments they've tried. Podcast host to provide experience of recent pain. I had a frozen shoulder.
You had a frozen shoulder?
Frozen
That's scapula
shoulder.
shit right there. Did you? That's your scapula. That's all in
All
here.
I know is I put it on me.
Yeah.
It helped. It felt like I was like
100%.
wintergreen fresh. Because it doesn't just take it away, it actually improves it. And I'm old, right? Enter Omax Health. If you're looking to get rid of nagging muscle and joint pain immediately, I have right in my medicine cabinet. While providing long-lasting recovery, you need to try the natural breakthrough pain relief solution, Cryo-Freeze CBD Roll-On, developed by Omax Health. I put it on. Put the deodorant here. I put the Omax there. Fresh. Look at it. Ow!
Does it still hurt?
No, I'm fucking with you. Cryo-Freeze.
Oh, shit, I'm locked up.
I'm kidding. Do the rest of the podcast like that. CBD Roll-On, developed by Omax. The non-prescription triple-action pain relief roll-on is specially formulated to block pain receptors, reduce inflammation, that's a huge one, and improve muscle and joint flexibility. The best part is that this is 100% natural CBD-powered remedy. Works its magic within 10 minutes of application, and relief lasts up to 8 hours, much longer than over-the-counter products. CTA, Omax Health, is offering our listeners 20% off a full bottle of Cryo-Freeze CBD Pain Relief Roll-On plus free shipping. This discount also applies towards any product site-wide. Just go to omaxhealth.com today and enter the code Bill Bert Podcast.
Bill Bert. Just Bill Bert.
Oh, Bill Bert, that's it. That is Omax, O-M-A-X Health.com, and enter Bill Bert to get 20% off Cryo-Freeze site-wide. Still not sold?
I'm sold.
I can tell you pro athletes such as PGA and pro golfers, Kyle Stanley uses Cryo-Freeze CBD to recover both on and off the golf course. And go look at the product reviews. They get 95% five-star reviews, page after page of customers saying they've tried everything, and Omax Cryo-Freeze is so good they are buying it for their family and friends too.
We shipped a bunch to my wife's uncle in
Anyone from
Georgia.
athletes to grandmas.
Yeah.
Grandma Josie can benefit from this immediate pain relief. You have pain that won't go away, then you qualify for Omax Cryo-Freeze. Simply roll it over where it hurts and ice out the pain. No messy creams or horrible fragrances like some of the other products. Cryo-Freeze works within 10 minutes of application, improving physical training, recovering, and performance. So go to omaxhealth.com, enter the promo code BillBert to get 20% off Cryo-Freeze and site-wide. I'm telling you, this product is the real deal. Go to omaxhealth.com and enter promo code Bill Burr to get 20% off and site-wide.
Support for the Bill Bert Podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, who's the best in below-the-belt men's grooming there is in the business. They just came out with the Lawnmower 3.0. I had the 2.0, and I loved it. I loved it so much, I would, take it to the balls, to the face. That's how great this is. This thing
I don't think that's bad, hygienic.
I don't think it's bad as my balls. I'd put them in my mouth if I could.
It's all your pubes.
This thing is out of the world, Bill. First of all, you slide this off. This is the guard, but this does not cut. Unlike if you take liners and try to shave your balls, you will nick your balls. This does not cut you. More importantly, they have come out with the greatest fucking invention.
You nicked your balls and then you have your fucking date that night?
Oh.
Then you got to act like you're a gentleman.
No, it's not herpes. I tried trimming up for you. They have got an LED light right here. This is the 3.0, by the way, which is waterproof.
You can't miss.
Check that. This light comes on. I'm telling you, this is a game changer. When I go to trim my mustache, this light made trimming my mustache so fucking amazing. Take it to the balls, which I shave my balls on the toilet, so it's dark down there. I haven't seen a lot. This LED light, it was almost like the first time I tried alcohol, I went, oh, you're gonna be a friend of mine forever. Like, this light changes the game. This is the Lawnmower 3.0. They also
I can't stop thinking of your balls in the dark on the toilet. Sorry.
That's how I shave my balls. This is the 3rd generation trimmer, and it features cutting-edge ceramic blade to prevent manscaping accidents like I have had, Bill has had. Millions of balls are about to be nick-free thanks to Manscaped's advanced skin-safe technology. When I'm telling you, when I say
Since
this
they
is
cured polio. This is the biggest advance.
premium.
No more neck balls.
This lasts 90 minutes. So you can shave your wife, then yourself, then go out to dinner, come home, and have a fantastic evening. That was last Tuesday. Yeah. When I tell you it's premium, it is. This LED light is fantastic. They've also upgraded to 7,000 RPMs with the quiet stroke technology. Listen to this. Quiet stroke technology. Let's not forget about the charging stand, a beautiful charging stand. Now I have all my chargers it just plops right in there, plugs into the wall, absolutely fantastic. Powered by a USB powering dock. Get yourself the best gift this Valentine's Day. The Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0 is a gift for you and her. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code BILLBERT. Always use the right tool for the right job. Your balls will thank you. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code BILLBERT at manscaped.com. That is 20% off plus free shipping at
20% off?
20% off.
Wow.
Plus free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code BILLBERT. Stay sexy this Valentine's Day, and this thing is so great because it's so small. You can throw it in your Dob kit, and it doesn't take up a bunch of things, and you use it for everything. Thank you, Manscaped. I love it.
All right, Simply Safe, everybody. You know, every night, local police departments across America receive hundreds of calls from burglar alarms. The vast majority of the time, they have no idea whether the alarm is real, so they keep eating donuts. Is there really a crime going on or not?
This one isn't real.
Boston cream. All the alarm companies can tell them is the motion sensor went off. Simply Safe home security is different. If there's a break-in, Simply Safe uses real video evidence. Oh, yeah? You don't think there is one, huh? You donut-eating son of a bitch. He's right there! To give police an eyewitness account of the crime. That means police dispatch is up to 350% faster. I didn't know that was possible. 350% than a normal burglar alarm. I had no idea that was.
Say a lot for the police.
That's
that you have 350% to improve upon.
That's pretty bad. You get comprehensive protection in other words, unless you get this shit, they ain't coming, as far as I can tell. You get comprehensive protection for your entire home. Outdoor cameras and doorbells alert you to anyone approaching your home. Entry, motion, and glass break sensor guard inside. Plus, Simply Safe protects your home from fires, water damage, and carbon monoxide poisoning. It's 24/7 monitoring by live security professionals. You can set up your system yourself. No tools needed, or Simply Safe can do it for you. And it's only 50 cents a day to have cops get there 350% faster. And no contract. Visit simplysafe.com/BillBert. You'll get free shipping and a 60-day risk-free trial. You got nothing to lose. And go now.
Right now, with those stats, cops are only good in a hostage situation. They're like, we'll be there Tuesday. You'll still have him Tuesday, right?
If it's another cop's house, they'll show up. Go now and be sure you go to simplysafe.com/BillBert so they know our show sent you. That's simplysafe.com/BillBert.
You ever seen someone get hit with a bat before?
I mean, not live.
I have.
Of course you have. You grew up in Florida, outside of Tampa.
Yes, dude. And let me tell you something. Watching someone get hit by
I bet
a
your
bat,
tables at home are as sticky as a Waffle House.
Oh,
Everything's all smothered and covered.
there's always if you put your forearm on our table, you'll get some syrup on it.
That's so fucking.
That's kids though.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
It's lazy parenting.
No.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
can't take
yeah.
fucking notes from a guy who's
Yeah.
only been a parent for what, like 3 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been a parent for like 15 years.
Yeah, you quit.
Yeah, I'm on cruise control.
Yeah.
There's certain
You
things
quit.
where you just don't worry about it. You put your arms
No.
in some syrup and you go, I guess we had pancakes this morning.
Nope.
No?
No.
It's like Segura. Segura gives me notes on parenting, and I go, wait, which nanny do you tell that to? And he's like, huh?
Oh.
I go, the night nanny or the morning nanny or the one that stays on 24/7 and lives with you guys? I raise kids the old school way. Me, Leanne, waking up in the middle of the night, just us. And well, you had a nanny too, but
It's kind of unraveling, isn't it?
yeah, it is kind of unraveling. We had
No,
hot nannies.
I don't. I don't give into that. I'm fighting a one-person fight in my house.
What do you mean?
I'm not having that. You know all those Steve Martin movies where he has a million kids and the house is just a complete disaster. It's just
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm not fucking doing that.
So wait, what are you gonna do?
What do you mean? What am I gonna
You're
do?
gonna be the house where the kids
No,
come
my
over.
my kid picks up her toys.
No, but you're gonna be the house when the kids come over and they're like, Dad, stay away from my dad's stuff.
Yeah, you little shit.
No, Bill, you got to be the dad where they're like, where you show up and you're like, God damn it, everyone's got my podcasting gear. Are you guys doing a fake podcast? And they've got all the equipment, and their kids, and they're like, oh, Dad, and they drop them. And you're like, fuck, that's a microphone. That's the dad I am.
Yeah.
Like the shit show.
Because you have a crushing need to be liked.
Yeah.
You're playing Eminem when you get in this fucking car with your
So
kids.
wait, you're gonna be
You're
the,
not comfortable with who you are. This is my fucking house.
No,
you can play
no,
outside.
no, that's
we
not-
we have a pool. The toys are down there. We don't have the toys. You put them away. You little animals. They're gonna come in and
Wait,
fucking.
what was your house like? Was your house like that growing up?
No,
Wait, then why would you create a house that isn't the same that you grew up in?
dude. My house caused me to become a comedian. I'm trying to undo that. You're sitting there talking to me like I'm some sort of fucking like evolved human being.
No, but like it's just bizarre to me that you'd be the house that like you were scared to go to as a kid. You'd be like,
No, I didn't say that. I'm not gonna fucking terrorize kids, but you come over, you're gonna have a good time. Dude, if they want to come out and sit down and play my drums, yeah,
okay,
absolutely, you
what
can
if
do
you
that.
walk in and they're playing your drums?
It all depends on like the level of maturity of my kid. Like if she's like watching, like I don't give a fuck. Dude, I've had adults come in and just fucking sit down and start playing my kid, and they do fucked up shit.
Really?
Well, because everybody's got to show off. They got to adjust everything to. It's like somebody. Like, understand when a valet takes your car, he's got to adjust it to all the mirrors to his. I get that you got to see, but it's just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
That drives me fucking nuts. Or at least
Change the radio station. It's just like there's so many people out there that just don't understand where the fucking line is. They just don't fucking get it, and it's unfortunate, and it's why there's so much violence, justifiable violence out there.
justifiable violence.
Sometimes it goes too far, but like there's so many people just constantly doing shit, deserving of an ass kicking because you just completely lack empathy.
Yeah.
And under fucking standing. They're just on basic level shit. That if you're the first guy at the fucking green light to make the left, you get out to the intersection. Your job as the first person is make sure two people behind you make it.
Yup.
Okay? And there's fucking people who grew up out here who the light turns green and they're still sitting there at the fucking light and you beep at them, beep and beep and beep, and they sort of creep the fuck out there.
Oh.
These fucking idiots on the highway who pass on the right doing 90 miles an hour. Like it's an epidemic fucking problem out here. Those fucking people, all of them, just deserve it. That's why the people were getting shot at on the freeway. It's the only fucking place in the country where people are just picking up guns and shooting each other on the fucking freeway. That's how bad they drive out here.
Yeah. I don't like when people park on the street in front of your house and block part of your driveway with the tail of their car. Your car needs to be well past.
You should be able to take the back end of their car off.
You should be able
Here's
to.
my
take
here's
the
my
back
fa-
end.
here's my
Yeah.
favorite. Oh, I love this one. When out here, this is a fucking epic. Somebody goes to turn into a fucking lane, go from this lane to this lane, and they go in like this, and then this part of the car is still
blocking
in
so
your
you
lane.
can- yeah.
And they're so self-involved. They're like, well, I'm in this lane, so my job's done. And then what kills me is this fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Cannot make this move and go over the double line, and they just fucking sit there. And then I always drive by and I beep at them, and they look at you like, what the fuck?
Yep.
I want to be like, you realize the back third of your car is in my lane, you fucking asshole?
Yeah.
I let people go.
This lady
That's a
today,
huge one. I see somebody trying to make a fucking maneuver out here. I know how difficult it is.
Yeah.
I fucking do everything in my power. Go ahead. People who fucking pull in front of 18-wheelers and then slam on the brakes, not understanding how much weight that guy has.
Yeah.
Oh, all of them.
Dude,
All of them.
there was a lady today in a white Mercedes who cut across over I wish I could, I think it's Tahunga and Riverside, cut across all of them and just blocked everyone. And all the turn lanes were green. She blocked everyone. No one could go because she decided last minute she wanted to go. And all I thought to myself, and this is like that small thing you recognize, both of her rims were scraped the fuck up. Like she had parked too close to the curb and just scraped her rims. And I thought, that's all I need to know about you.
A van should have pulled up with some sort of neutering spray and just sprayed it into her sunroof. And then we would all just tolerate her until just kill it like weed killer.
Yeah.
Like fucking weed killer.
I said to my wife the other day, I get upset with women in LA at times. They do things where I don't think they know what they're doing. For instance, any woman,
Botox.
let's just use my wife.
Botox. That's something they think they know what they're doing.
More of that. The
frozen face.
my wife we have a bull mastiff, and she will let the bull mastiff get up on people. I go, don't do that. Not everyone loves dogs, and it's a scary dog. So be in control of your dog. Keep it here. Don't let, if another dog's coming down, don't just let our dog go up to it. Be in control of your dog. And I think it's because I'm a man and I know that there's physical confrontation happening. If my dog and this dog get in a fight, some guy might be like, what the fuck, dude?
Well, you don't know what's up with the other dog.
Yeah, and I go, just hold your dog. She goes, she's fine, she's friendly. I go, you don't know that. Like, you can't. And
That's like walking into a park, 2 o'clock in the morning. It's fine, I'm friendly.
Yeah.
It's like you don't know what you're going to run into.
Oh, my wife. One time we got in a fight because she parked on the street. We're dropping off the girls. She parked in front of someone's walkway going into their house. Like it wasn't like red there, but she parked in front of their walkway where they're to walk in their house. I went, hey, don't do that. Like, just that spot's not available now because those people want to use that to walk out of their house. Right. You let that be open. And she was like, no, that's not. It's a street. And I went, no, it's not the street. That's their walkway.
Could you see another open spot? From
yeah.
where
There were tons of them.
So there's no reason to do that.
There are little things, and I wonder if it's because, as a guy, the level
Absolutely. Because getting your ass kicked is always on the table as a guy.
Always on the table.
I used to get nervous back in the day when I was a complete lunatic. If I living in Boston, if I took too long at an ATM, I would do sometimes half the things I wanted to do because there was too many people behind me.
Yeah.
I'm like, somebody's gonna take my head and just bounce it off this fucking thing.
Fuck.
And I would go to that, and I would walk around and then go to another ATM and finish doing what I wanted to do. I took it to an extra level.
I'm very cognizant of other people's, of not overstepping boundaries with other people. There was a guy in the elevator with me and my wife. And he came on
it's
his
all out of
cell phone.
self-preservation.
Is it?
I think that's what it is.
For me too. I just go, guy walked in the elevator on his cell phone and he's talking on his cell phone and my wife just goes, apparently he doesn't know there's other people in here. I go, why are you doing that? Like, because he can't hit you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fight him.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fight him. Like, don't even say anything. Just me and you get in our car and we'll go, that guy's a fucking animal. But don't do it in front of him. Like, he knows he's an animal. He's talking on his fucking cell phone. He smells like he put on cologne enough for all of us. Like, what the fuck?
I remember a time I was dating this woman, right? And we were down the West Village. And do you remember there was a time they had remember Gangsta Gays?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? And there would be those lesbian chicks who were just walking around. I always call them the first guy Steven Seagal beats the shit out of in a movie? Yeah. He has nothing to do with the story. We just have to establish that Steven can beat. So this guy's just being a fucking asshole. He just comes walking in and flips his hat off and throws his cigar down. Hey, let me get a beer. And then Steve has to look over and kick his. They were walking around acting like that. So they would be super fucking, testosterone vibe. And then they'd have their chick with them and they were just waiting for someone to look at them, right? So it was that whole fucking scene. So I'm navigating that with my girlfriend, and this is, and they openly don't like us because we're breeders. This is before cell phones. You could just be fucking assholes, right? So we fucking go into this bodega, and there's this fucking gay dude. He looked like Rosie Greer. He was like fucking 6'7", and he was fucking shit-faced. And we're walking around the bodega, and all around the bodega were these giant like cans of malt liquor with the straw in them that he had been sipping, and like he left one in where the ice cream was. So I think he would set his beer down and then eat some fucking ice cream, and he was on the job, right? So my girlfriend came up, and she had this thing. She fucking hated alcoholics. I don't know. I think maybe how she grew up or whatever. She just fucking hated him. I was going like, oh God, here we go. Just make the transaction. Let's get the fuck out of here. And she gave him a little bit of attitude, and he was just like, whatever, miss thing. And he did that like flip fucking thing. And she goes, hey, what'd she go? She said, oh, have another beer, you fucking alcoholic. Have another drink, you fucking alky, is what she said, right? And he fucking looked at her like that. And we got out of the fucking place. That was the maddest I think I ever was at her. And I just said to her, I go, let me ask you a fucking question. She goes, why? What the fuck are you mad at me for? He was drunk. I go, let me ask you a question. When that fucking oak tree was going to come across that counter, what the fuck were you going to do? What were you going to do? Because I was going to have to fucking roll around the floor with that fucking guy.
Yeah.
That guy would have fucking murdered me. And you were going to pull him off me? Why are you standing there talking like you have Steven Seagal skills? Or I do.
Yeah.
Because I don't. So if you do, by all means, continue to talk like that. Oh my God, I was so. She had a mouth on her.
Dude, I talked.
She was funny, but Jesus fucking Christ. Have another drink, you fucking alky. And that guy looked at her, and then he looked at me, and I probably just went like, yes. I'm like a dick.
I had two gay guys that lived above us in our apartment when we just had Georgia, and Georgia was crying really bad one night, in the middle of the night, and they start stomping on the ceiling, on the roof, on their floor, like shut her the fuck up, and just fucking angry and already frustrated because we can't get Georgia to sleep, she's teething or whatever. I go upstairs and I bang on their fucking door, right? Like I'm gonna get in their face. One guy, they had matching kimonos on. I remember that very distinctly. One guy,
even at night, they're crushing it.
Yeah. Guy was like, it's like, what? And I was like, I go, you fucking stomped? And he was like, yeah. And then the door opened and I saw the other guy and I just thought, oh, these are men. Like for a second I went, I forgot they're men. Like it really threw me off that like I'm about to.
Yeah, but they're in kimonos, which means they're free balling. You could just do a couple
for fun, they fuck in the ass. Like that's their party. Like how am I gonna hurt this guy? That's my worst fucking nightmare. Fucking two men. And I remember going, nothing, man. We'll try to keep it down. Just fucking laughed.
Oh, you imploded? I would have had to go. I would have had to go.
I imploded.
I would have gone World Series of Poker. He's got nothing. What does this guy do? I would have gone all in.
Oh no.
Yeah. You just don't do that. Dude, this is what at the end of the fucking night, I actually enjoy doing this. When I come home after spots, getting back, I fucking finish all the dishes. If there's any toys out, I put them away.
Really?
I fucking wipe down the counters. I fucking hate waking up to a dirty house. I hate waking up today with all of today's problems and yesterday's problems. Fuck that. Fuck that, dude.
What are you clapping about?
You know why? Because he fucking loves that.
Wait.
He loves it.
That is, my wife would lose her shit. He
loves it.
My wife loves that.
He fucking loved that. Sorry.
So you get home and you make sure your wife's asleep, right?
I handle shit.
Dude, I am the
I fucking
Dude,
I will literally,
opposite.
if I have my fucking sunglasses that I accidentally brought them in from the car or whatever, I don't give a shit if I brought them up to the bedroom. I will get up and I will walk downstairs, open up my fucking car, and I will put them in there. I will shut the door, and I will fucking go back in the house. And I will sleep like a baby. Because I don't have the stress knowing that the second I wake up and my Achilles are all tight and I'm going to get myself plantar fasciitis the second I take that first step, because I know I got to go downstairs with those fucking sunglasses. I just don't do it. I don't do it.
I am so fucking different than that. I come home after a set.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Open a bottle
I become
of wine.
Felix on this. You got the cigar. You're Jack Clement.
Oh, I am definitely dude, I fucking open a bottle of wine, go out to the man cave, throw on some music, put a movie on in silence, get on the treadmill, walk around a little bit, break a sweat, come inside, family's asleep, headsets
Wait, you
in.
drink wine and get on a treadmill?
Oh, one of my favorite things in the world to do.
I just feel like that's something Napoleon would do if treadmills existed when he was alive.
Oh, it's my favorite
Get his little
thing
ass
to do.
on there. He'd have his whole thing with his sword dragging on the thing.
I've been stumbling drunk on a treadmill before. My favorite thing in the world.
I rode a
Favorite thing.
bike 12 miles one time, hammered.
For where?
Back in the day when I still lived at my parents' house, I just got into riding this bike, and I fucking would ride this thing like, I rode it like 10, 12 miles on the weekdays, and then on Saturday I'd ride 18 miles, and then I didn't do, dude, I was like fucking, I was shredded.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, still pasty as hell, so I couldn't take off my shirt and show off my work. It was a real sad thing. But I don't know what happened. Somehow I was day drinking, but I still had to get my workout in. It was the stupidest thing I did. I got on the bike, I was fucking hammered, and I still did it. And I remember like riding across the street, I was laughing, I was so drunk. And I was just thinking like, can you imagine if my parents, if I fucking died doing that? It was so fucking dumb.
They used to do that in the Tour de France. They would drink beers to kind of thin out your blood so that they could race better. There was like a thing they did back
It's
in
probably an old wives' tale. Somebody told them that was a good thing to do.
Yeah, well, I think it was one of those things where they were like, no, it's good at altitude.
It
You're in the
isn't.
mountains. It's probably not.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm gonna, with no medical background, I'm gonna say if you're riding a bike up a mountain, you don't also want to be shit-faced.
I will tell you right now, I get up on the treadmill, I'll go for about 2 miles. I'll do...
Boy, I
I'll do-
interrupted. So you get home.
Yeah. I'll do it tonight.
Okay?
I'll do it tonight, without a doubt.
You get a fucking little goblet of wine.
I have my wine bottle fits inside the drink holder. I have like a little platform here. I put my wine glass there.
Is that how?
Turn on the...
Is that how you decide which bottle of wine you're gonna get?
Does it fit in the
sip
thing?
cup? It's
Yeah.
too chunky and fat. This is the greatest wine we've ever had. It won't fit my treadmill. What's up with that Zinfandel over there?
Oh, no whites, just
Is that a
reds.
2018?
Throw it up. Throw on like guys, diners, drive-ins, and dives or something like backyard, barnyard builders.
Dude, that guy
living
can
off
cook
the-
his fucking
Who,
ass
Guy?
off. He can cook his fucking ass off.
Wait, no shit.
He can cook his fucking ass off. I was at something and he was there. He was
Why? It was on Instagram.
I wasn't there.
You weren't at that one?
I wasn't, no.
Oh, I
So-
just saw that on Instagram.
Yeah, I wasn't at that. I was at something else.
Yeah.
And he fucking, oh my God.
He's
Because
a
you
good-
think that he goes to diners, drive-ins, and dives, and he was going to make like fucking, hey, this is a great French dip, which
Oh,
is
this guy's
great.
a legit chef.
Yeah, no, it was
He's
crazy.
fucking awesome, dude. All those guys. Bobby Flay, fucking top end. Like, all those guys. Those. I mean, I'm super impressed. I've known of that group, meaning,
Yeah.
like, I don't mean I know Bobby and I know Guy, but like, they'd say hi to me, but
It
I
was,
don't know
it
them.
was, yeah, it was, anyway, so go ahead. So you put on
Oh.
diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Barnyard builders, living off the grid, building off the grid, something like that. Something that kind of I can disappear. Building off the grid, man, my mind starts fucking, do 2 miles, and then that's when the wine comes out. And I'll walk probably an eighth of a mile.
Why do you drink wine when you, why would you do?
It just adds, I can stay on the treadmill for so much longer. It's like I don't want to get off. I have a glass of wine with me. And so I'll go and I'll bang out like 4 miles, 6 miles.
That's your Gatorade.
Yeah, and it's just, by the end, I'm giggling, I feel good. I take a shower, get a bath, get in the bed, and I pass out like a fucking dream. I feel so good. Wake up the next morning, no hangover whatsoever. It's the fucking greatest. You should try. I mean, if you were drinking, you should try it. I did it at a hotel room one time.
When I was drinking, I would still come home and I would still fucking clean everything up.
For real?
Dude, I just got to think. I fucking hate shit in front of shit. Drives me up the fucking wall. When somebody puts down some shit in front of some other shit, so now I have to move that shit to get to the shit. It just doesn't make any sense.
What are
Like,
your
something has to go.
What do your cabinets, your counters in your kitchen look like? How much stuff is on your counters?
Well, my kid has a little train set there. I'm not like a Nazi about it, but I clean up around it.
Yeah.
I just clean up around it. No, there's nothing. There's just like appliances and no food, and it's fucking spotless.
I get
It's
I
nice.
get cocoa covered almonds. I put up a bowl of those out. I have these cauliflower. I like put bowls of fun stuff out. So like if you come in, you just grab some almonds and pop them in, and peanuts. I have some toffee, like just little treats out. Spice your day up.
I love fun stuff.
Oh, there's nothing better than walking in and just going like.
There's nothing. I think all of that is great. I'm sorry, we still have we have Hershey Kisses and something.
Yeah.
I just don't have fucking thumbprints all over the. I fucking, you know, the thing I fucking can't stand is the honey. The honey's all fucking sticky and shit. It's just like, just wipe it down. And then what happens is then it gets in the cupboard, and then that gets sticky, and then dirt gets on it.
You're like my wife. My wife's that way.
What, neat?
Yeah.
An adult? Oh, God, it's so fucking gross.
I am so fucking broken.
I know exactly what you are. You grab the honey thing, you get it all over your hand, and then you grab the handle on the fucking refrigerator. Yeah, there you go. Ugh.
God gave me a napkin, honey. Dude, one of my favorite things to do is drink all the milk and put the container back in the fridge. It's one of my favorite things in the world to do. To then hear my wife go, "Who the fuck?" I start giggling.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny because there's a bit behind it.
Yeah.
But if you're just being an animal, then you're just a fucking animal.
One time I clipped all my toenails and I taped them underneath our table. So there was tape here and I just thought, I'm not gonna throw them, I'll tape them. The hardest I've ever laughed is when we were moving out of that apartment. We grabbed the table and my wife flipped it and goes, "The fuck is this?" And it was a treat for me to look back and go, I remember the day I did that. I didn't think the payoff was gonna be this strong. And I laughed, crying, laughing, and she was
I would have taken that.
She looked at me and goes,
I would have taken that. I would have taken my toenails and I would have put them in your fucking soup the next day. You just have to. There has to be a payment for that. You can't do that. You know something? When I lived with Bobby Kelly,
yeah.
Bobby Kelly was sitting in the living room around talking to me, and he was clipping his fucking nails, and they were flying all over the place. I was just like, I was like speechless. I was like, Bobby, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, what, dude? Fucking clipping my nails.
Yeah.
I'm going, but they're going all over the table. Dude, they just, they go. He thought they were going to evaporate. That guy, but Bobby, it was he grew up in the street, I think. Literally. So he used to tell me stories and I would just be like, oh, okay, now I get the nails thing.
We were in Paris when I was on Travel Channel at a art place, like a museum, and it was beautiful manicured lawn in there, and the girl I was with was eating pistachios and throwing the pistachio nuts on the ground, and you could just see them everywhere. And I was like, "Hey, those don't just go away." And she was like, "Yeah, they're nuts, just throwing them everywhere." Yeah,
it's part of nature.
She goes, "I go, no, you gotta pick those up." She goes, "No, it's biodegradable. Just throw them over there." And they were it was like Hansel and Gretel. You could see the trail she had taken. Finally, the curator of the museum just goes, "Is no one gonna pick those up?" And I was like, I said something, and the curator went around and picked up all the shells. And I was
you guys are wearing shirts with American flags on it, weren't you?
Yeah. Travel Channel.
Listen, I will tell you this. I don't get why if I'm driving down the highway and I have a pear, which I never used to eat. I used to eat apples, and then my kid got a book because we're trying to potty train her. There's literally a book that says, it hurts when I poop. I swear to God, it's the name of the book. Dude, it's fucking graphic. So in the end, they had a whole list of foods that make, it easier. And apples and bananas was something that they tried to say made it more difficult to have a movement. So I'm back to eating pears. It's a whole aside. So I don't understand if I'm eating an apple or a pear if I'm driving down the fucking street.
Yeah.
Why can't I throw that? Why is that polluting if I throw that out the window?
I think we just start a pear tree. If you throw a pear seed?
No, a pear, like the core.
Yeah, the seed. Right? I'm thinking of a pear, or am I thinking of a plum?
Yeah, no, there's no seeds in them that's going to make them grow anymore.
What's the one that's got a nut in it?
The corporations own all the seeds. So there's seeds, but you can't grow anything on them.
Oh, for real?
As far as I know, yeah. They own all the seeds.
They have that licensing trademark for certain seeds, so if they find that the farmer uses a Monsanto seed, they can sue them. But the birds bring them from one field to the other.
Wait, hold on one second. You can't just, like in the old days.
No. That we fucked with the food supply. But they paid off the politicians. See, politicians, something like this is going on.
They've neutered the seeds, so you can't just bury it and get a pear tree.
Yeah, they did to the food supply what ISIS would love to have done. But where ISIS fucks up is they don't donate money to the Clintons and the Bushes and the Obamas. If they just did that, they wouldn't be a problem. The problem is, if you do that, then you can literally pour shit in the water supply. You can put hormones in the cow. You can feed cows to other cows.
I'm
and then
spitting
have
watermelon
your baby.
seeds out going, we're going to have a watermelon fucking... Like, I definitely...
I don't think they fucked with them genetically that either if you put them in the ground that doesn't work or you can only work one, right?
Some, but there are some that they just like trademark. But this is
Oh, and other ones that they trademark.
Oh, I'm thinking of the nut in a plum. I think the nut where you like suck it.
Suck it, motherfucker.
No, you can't just throw shit
We
out
have
the
to,
window
okay,
anymore.
so we got to wrap this one. How much time do we do? Okay, so we got to do the read, man.
All right, let's do the
that
read.
smells delicious.
Tastes really good.
All right, so that's the that was a good one, man.
Yeah,
I felt it was good.
I feel like I learned a lot about you.
No, you know what it is? I just like to get shit done.
I like to get shit done too.
I like to get shit done. I like to fucking like, and it's also I know I'm really difficult to live with.
Oh.
So if I crush all this other shit,
Yeah, but you're not difficult to live with. Everything's clean in your house. What's the hardest part to live with you?
all right. That's the podcast, everybody.
The house is clean at least, right?
You know what's fine? This is great because I finally get to fucking hang out with you. You used to always say I'm going to hang out with you. Now I get to hang out with you. All right, that's the podcast. Thank you.
We'll see you guys again soon this month
On another episode of the Bill
Bert
Pod
Podcast.